Let's now walk through our first and simplest example of a recursive CTE, that is generating a sequence of numbers from 1 to 5 without any loops or external tools. This is a great starting point because it helps you to understand the basic mechanics of recursion in SQL without involving any complex data like employee hierarchies or trees. So here is the full recursive CTE that we will be using with recursive numbers as select 1 as num, union all, select num plus 1 from numbers where num is less than 5. So let's run our query. So here you can see the output is generated and numbers from 1 to 5 is getting printed. Now let's understand what's going on here in great detail. Coming to the first part, that is the anchor member. Select 1 as num. This is our starting point. It tells SQL, let's begin the recursion by creating a single row with the value as 1. It will only run once and forms the initial base case. Now coming to the part 2, that is the recursive member. Select num plus 1 from numbers where num less than 5. This is the recursive part. It refers to the same CTE numbers that we are defining. It tells SQL, take each row that was previously returned, add 1 to the number and return it again, but only if the number is less than 5. This ensures that the recursion does not go on forever. The condition where num less than 5 acts as the termination condition. Now let's stimulate what happens step by step behind the scene. So the first step is run the anchor member, which take the input as 1. And also this is the first output we will start with. Now coming to the step 2, which is the first recursive execution. Now SQL takes num equal to 1 as input and applies the recursive query. Since 1 is less than 5, it returns num equal to 2. Now coming to the step 3, which is the second recursive execution. Now SQL uses num equal to 2 as input and runs the query select 2 plus 1 equal to 3 and gives the output as 3. Since this again stands still valid since 2 is less than 5. Now coming to the step 4, which is the third recursive execution. It uses num equal to 3 as its input and runs the query select 3 plus 1 equal to 4. Since again 3 is less than 5, recursion still stands valid. Now coming to the step 5, which is the fourth recursive execution. It takes num equal to 4 as its input and runs the query select 4 plus 1 equal to 5 and gives the output as 5. Since again 4 is less than 5, the recursion holds valid. Now comes step equal to 6, which is the attempted fifth recursion execution using num equal to 5 as its input. It runs the query 5 plus 1 equal to 6. Since 5 is not less than 5, the recursion stops here and SQL does not return anything further. So combining all the values from anchor and recursive part returns the output from 1 to 5. So the SQL successfully generated a sequence of numbers from 1 to 5 using recursion.